Hi, I'm Paris.
And I'm B.
And welcome back to
KxB Motherhood.
So today's subject is
daddies.
So how
Weird way. That sounded so weird. Okay.
Yeah, no, that one. Okay.
Sorry.
So we just wanted to say happy Father's Day to I know it's 2 days, 3 days late, but happy Father's Day to all the dads that are doing such an amazing job. We really do appreciate you.
Yep.
And in light of that, we just wanted to say that this video is solely our perspective on this subject. It's not
No, it's not about what society thinks, or maybe if you're another mother watching what you may think. It's just what we think, how we see the roles of our children's fathers in their lives and our journey as mothers.
Yeah.
Please excuse the children in the background.
Just everyday life.
Everyday life. Why do you think dads are so important?
I think dads are really important, especially in the home, because they bring security, not only to us as mums, but they bring security to the children. So they know, you know, my dad looks after me, my dad protects me, you know, he's the protector. And also, I know they're a little bit young to understand, but they're the provider, especially if you're a stay-at-home mum. They are the providers. They go out daily and they work their little butts off to just put food on the table, to put a roof over our heads. Why dads are so important, because they really bring that security. I think they bring a lot of security and protection.
Yeah. Perspective, having 2 boys, their dad provides them with a lot of aspects that I can't. So on the physical, so like rough play, which has been proven to be so beneficial to boys and to girls alike, rough playing with their fathers. It triggers certain chemicals that play with mum doesn't, and it teaches them a lot of like confidence and to help like boost their self-esteem. And also having like a little girl, I can see how much she dotes on her father, but also how much she trusts him. A lot of trust is tied in with fathers and how they are in their daughters, from our experiences and from what we witness in lives. And so I definitely can see that she's going to grow up really trusting and secure in herself, and so are my boys. So, like, we know that dads provide such an important role in children's lives and also within the family unit. We'll come on to how like they support mums a little bit later. But what are some of the issues that fathers face? Because let's face it, dads and fatherhood gets a lot of negativity and backlash in our society. That's just a fact. No matter where you go, you see it. So what do you think? Me personally,
I think they're just pushed to the side. I think a lot of people don't really understand their role because it's not seen. So they're not pregnant, they're holding the baby 24/7. The baby is not on their breast, the baby is, you know, so they're kind of pushed to the side and no one really sees what they do. So I feel like they don't get the credit that's due. Like, oh, actually, when I had my second, my partner was all over my first, and he gave me that kind of reassurance that she's going to be okay. You just stay with the boy and you make sure that you're okay and he's okay. No one really picks up on that. They only pick up on, oh, you're doing such a good job, you know? And the fact that he only had 2 weeks paternity leave, it really made things kind of hard, because like that's such a short amount of time. And I think that's another thing that they're facing at the moment.
Thing that is happening, there's been a lot of protests in the past few weeks outside Parliament Square, where they're basically, dads are saying we need longer. We need longer for them, because dads don't get a chance to build a bond with their children. And those first early stages, months, are very important. So a lot of dads, and I think this is why dads face a lot of problems, because we have a society where it's mother and baby, and that's it. And then dad is over there. And it's like, well, no, we need to put mother, dad and baby.
We're talking hard for them at the moment. And I do really feel for them, because at the end of the day, as much as people like to rave on about how men are not really taking on the role of fatherhood in the way that they want it to be, why are we not recognising the men that are working day in, day out, in their sleep, on the weekends, you know, all of the time, just to put the food on the table?
Well, that is them providing. That is them doing what they can.
Exactly.
It's because it's not seen in the way, like they're not maybe seen changing nappies or doing the feeding or this, that and the other. But they're doing something completely different that is still extremely essential and beneficial to the family. We've moved to a different location. I think like fathers definitely need to be recognised, like what the work that they do, because it's almost as if their work is quite silent. Like we don't because it's not seen and it's not heard, we don't think it's there, but it is there.
Yeah.
There are so many ways in which that my kid's dad, how much he helps. Like on the weekends, I look forward to the weekends so much because I know he's going to be around. I know he's going to help. I know he's going to be able to take a lot of like that parenting burden off of me. Not really a burden, but that stress, that heaviness off of me. And it's an amazing feeling knowing that you've got support.
And not only that, I think it's the company.
Yeah.
The adult company that you get when they're home for the weekend, or you know, when they're coming home in the evening, and you know you're going to have an adult conversation.
Yeah.
You're going to actually have the feed back and forth. And it's going to, you know, it's as much as you love being with your children, you love your partner as well.
And that's the thing, like, you know, you love being with your children, but they can only say so much.
Yeah.
And
it's all about them.
And there's only so many goo gagas you can pretend to know what they're talking about, isn't there?
Yeah, it's very true. So, how did your partner support you during your pregnancy?
Making sure I was comfortable.
Yeah.
From food to clothing, whichever way, making sure I was comfortable. With our first, it was oh, I got a crocodile. Yeah, snap, snap, snap. With our first, it was a bit different because it was just our first. Like, we didn't have any other children around us. So, you know, I was still able to do quite a lot. And, you know, he would support. He came to, like, appointments. Every time I had an appointment that he couldn't come to, he always wanted to know. That he would call to find out how the appointment went and whatnot. With my other 2 pregnancies, he would support by looking after the other 2 children, by just giving me time to rest.
Yeah.
And again, coming to appointments and every like daily check-ins, like little things like that.
You just hit the nail on the head. Is it the nail on the head?
Yeah,
I think it's. Because I felt exactly the same with my partner. He really was really intuitive with me during my pregnancies. And he, you know, whatever I craved, whatever I needed, you know, his reaction to everything was, do you want a massage? Do you want a massage?
Yeah.
But just by him saying that, it meant like, I want to do something. What can I do? And even that alone is support. Yeah. So he used to always, you know, he used to come to all my appointments. He came to all my appointments. He was so good during the birth, you know, like he was very it was quite a traumatic time, but he was the calm one in the situation. He was the only one that could calm me down. And this is another thing that is not mentioned enough. It's always the woman swearing at the husband, oh, you did this to me, oh, you did this and whatever, oh, I can't believe this is all your fault. But I didn't see my birth like that. I saw it as he was there stroking my head, calming me down, kissing me, telling me what's going on. You know, even though he was so scared, all these things he was shielding from me, so I was able to labour, have my contractions, and then eventually deliver my baby. So actually, they're like, the most important thing is them just being there. They don't have to even say anything, just them being there.
I was just about to say, like, my partner, especially with like our first birth, like, obviously he was really scared. We were quite young, so he's like, like, this is all brand new, I'm scared. But he was sort of the focal centre point for me. Like, all my focus went towards him. And he really did, like, he didn't have to say anything. And I think in those situations, or in that situation for me when you're in labour, you don't really want lots of chatter. You want quiet, and you just want a sort of focus point. For our other 2 pregnancies, labours, he just, like, it sounds like, I always refer, like, he made fun of me. But he did it in a way that was like not undermining, not horrible, but in a really like fun, in a way that would make me laugh. That's what it was.
He was being like, he was taking your mind off of
exactly.
it, you know?
He was making me laugh. He was making fun of people next to us for some reason, wanting to have like a rave in the bed next to us. It was really like playing house music. So he was taking a mick out of that. He was taking a mick out of just loads of things that were going on around, and especially when we were coming into having the baby and that, and you know, and I was pushing the baby out. He's like, "You're just doing the poo." He's like, "Baby poo," and I was like, no, "I'm pretty sure I'm pushed." Like, he even had the midwives laughing. So he was just trying to take the mind, like you said, and he wasn't doing it in a way like, "Oh, everyone look at me, I'm a joker." He was doing it in like a really subtle, calm way that just made everything light and everything flow nicely. So,
what is the most important important thing a father can do for his children, as your perspective?
From my perspective, listen and be understanding, but also be quite like central.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. So like be there,
Yeah.
being there constantly, showing up when you say you're going to show
Yeah.
up, and being that central figure for them that is other than mum. Because as mums, yeah, we are the not priority, but we are the central figures of our children's lives. But I think being for a dad to be that too, I think that's really important.
Yeah.
I think
No, I agree.
you install a lot of trust and security.
For me
for his
personally,
children.
it's just to be present.
Yes,
Just
yeah,
to be
that's
present.
exactly what I'm trying to say. Yeah,
Just to be present in the moment with the children, because that is what they are going to remember, and that's what they're going to learn from.
Yeah.
So I feel like the more that the dads are around the children, taking part in what they're doing,
Yeah.
even if it is only for 5 minutes, the children are going to remember that game that they played with dad more than, oh, you took me to this place, or you did, you know,
Yeah.
it's about the being present, but being present in the way that is memorable for the children more than for themselves, you know.
Yeah. Before we end, I wanted to ask a quick question about how you spent your Father's Day this past Sunday.
What presents did you get?
No, I'm asking you.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Oh.
How did you spend Father's Day?
So, do you know what? We just had a chill day at home. We
Yeah.
did like, we did the present giving in the morning,
Yeah.
and you know, he was actually really happy with what he had,
Nice.
what he got. So, we just had a really chill day,
Yeah.
and that's my partner. He loves to
He is
chill.
very chill, yeah.
So, that's what we did.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you?
Yeah, so we did something similar. We just like had a nice slow start to the day. I made breakfast, the kids gave him his presents, and they all just sort of like relaxed and in the sofa, and yeah, all just relaxed. We ended up having to go to Primark to get some bits, so that probably wasn't the most relaxing situation for him. But we ended the day.
Love a good Primark shop.
But we ended the day with a lovely dinner, and again, I think it was just relaxing. He's a very busy blue-collar worker, so at the end, so on the Sundays, I want to try and keep his weekends as relaxed and chilled as I can, without, you know, let's go and walk up a mountain when you've been working like 14 hours a day, for the past 5 days. But yeah, so yeah, we just kept it nice and relaxed.
But again, we would just like to say Happy Father's Day, and
Yes.
thank you all for making our lives as mums a little bit extra
Special.
special and easier for
Yeah.
us. And you know, we are pro
We are,
dads.
yeah, we are pro dads, and we're
Yeah.
very grateful for having dads around. And we see, you'd be surprised how much a mother sees the role of a dad.
Well, that concludes our video.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching. Please like
Subscribe
and share if you can.
and comment down below how you spent your Father's Day.
See you.
Bye.
Bye.